What's up, traveler? Insomnia got you by the balls, too? What is it? A crime for me to sit here and yap because my eyes can't catch some Z's? This is my first road. Sorry for stuttering there. This isn't my first rodeo. I've dealt a couple of times with insomnia. Let's just say it runs through my family. Pause. Not like that. But do you know what else has someone by the balls? AI slop music. And whose balls does it have? Tyga's. If you can't gather by the title of the video and the thumbnail of the video, I was blessed to see the heaping pile of garbage that Tyga decided to put out yesterday. Thanks to Moist Critical, I saw him for it. So if you want another breakdown, I highly recommend go looking at his video. He inspires a lot of my content. I'll never be one to lie about that. This is the first time in 19 years that Pitchfork has given out a 0.0. And trust me, I know music. I was a music reviewer on YouTube for 2 weeks. I know music. Okay, so out of everybody's opinion, forget Moist Critical, forget Fantano, forget all these guys. I know music. Just kidding, I love you guys. But I'm just gonna get into the meat and bones and toes and buttholes of this, and we're gonna just dive right into the. My gosh, I'm so tired. Dive in. No, I did not open TikTok. Also the label Last Kings / Empire. I don't know what garbage they're trying to promote. Why did they let this drop? If I were them, I would not slap my name on this. I'd say, you know what, Tyga, you got this. It's your album. We ain't even putting our names on it, but they did. And honestly, I don't know what convinced him to let this drop. If like this is information. This music right here is something that not even Batman himself could beat out of me. But Tyga dropped it balls out willingly. And I love how the first header says, the rapper's slop pop concept album is smug and complacent and depressing. Its very existence has made the world a worse place. And I like how they come out just pitchfork swinging, ready to shoot some disses at them, shoot some spitballs. It's not for once. It's not just us, the listeners, shooting spitballs at them. Even Pitchfork is right now. We're shooting spitballs, giving him wet willies, swirlies, all of them. He's not getting any mercy from us. And you have to put in the concept here that we have gotten some real penis slappers over the past couple years, like Hood's Hottest Princess by Sexy Red. Or did I interest you with a Y2K by Ice Spice? Or if you want a single song, what about Husband by Ye? All of these really make you feel away sexually. And none of them were able to hit the record that Starface did. 0.0, baby. That's gotta be a record. And before we get into this review, I'd like to say, I couldn't name one Tyga song. I couldn't. The only Tyga song I can name is Juicy with Doja Cat, but that's because when I was trying to look up the Doja Cat stream clip, that showed up first. Other than that, the only glaring passing memory that I don't really give a crap about because it's Tyga. What music is he making? Was when he dissed somebody. It was like the Migos or like Lil Durk, but I don't really care to look it up. But just to put it into perspective, he doesn't really have any Gangnam styles. He's not really getting the crowd hyped and moving, if you asked me. In the late 2000s, Lil Wayne was the biggest rapper in the world, but for a guy as creative and groundbreaking as Wayne, being botched in by antiquated notions like genre was stultifying. He wasn't just a rapper. Holy. He was a rock star. And so he and a battalion of producers decamped for the studio and emerged with 2010's Rebirth, another absolute boner jam, in the words of Moist Critical. That nobody was listening to that. One of the most amateurish and goofy rock and roll albums ever created. There's something admirable about the fact that Wheezy F Baby effectively convinced his label to let him erect a pyre of money, douse it in gas, and toss a lit match onto it, KLF style. The record stands today as a work of accidental outsider art, something so strange and boring that it could have been only made by a genius. Tyga is not the biggest rapper in the world, but earlier this year he revealed himself to be a man with a dream, not some of the Lil Wayne's, but instead to completely reinvent himself in his music. The vision was to create an entirely new character separate from Tyga, the rapper known primarily for the party songs he recorded in the early 2010s while serving Young Money's fourth banana. What does that even mean? I mean, honestly, dude, if I was Tyga and I was putting out just snoozer after sleeper after snoozer after stinker, I would want to reinvent myself too. But I wouldn't want to go down the AI LARP route. But that's just me. You know, maybe Tyga's on a different thinking plane than we are, and maybe he is smarter than we are, because he is not just human. He is one with the AI. In a world for that the character to embody a whole album cycle, this would be a concept album that dared to ask, what if Scarface, as played by Al Pacino, was not a drug dealer but a pop star and also Tyga? I couldn't even, dude. I couldn't think of a title of an idea worse than that. Scarface, but instead of being the super cool drug dealer guy, he's Tyga and he's a pop star. But worst of all, he's AI. Actually, no. It's an AI album with a pop star, and worst of all, it's Tyga. Being Tyga might be worse than AI. That's just my opinion, though. It was probably not part of the plan for Starface. It was probably not part of the plan for Starface. There was resulting slop pop record created by Tyga under the name Starface to immediately draw divisive accusations of blatant AI usage upon the public learning of its very existence. But hey, it's the most publicity. It's the most publicity Tyga's gotten in a decade. While I shudder to think what Rebirth would have sounded like in the age of prompt-based pop, I can all but guarantee you it would be better than this piece of crap. So whoever's writing this dude, he's having a heyday. He must have saw that he just to write a 0.0 and started hitting the Gangnam style. Dare I even say the watch me whip, now watch me nay. He was probably emoting all over the place with this one, and I can't even blame him. If you want to get a sense of what Starface actually sounds like, I suggest going to free-to-use AI music generator Treblow Ni Sanuta, allegedly the one that Phoenix Fletcher used to create his hit single Rubbers. I don't know what you mean by hit singles. What is Rubbers? I've never heard that in my life, bro. That sounds like a condom ad. That sounds like a condom brand. And you know what could have prevented this album? A condom. But yet here we are, listening to Starface because his dad couldn't wear rubbers. And type in the following tags: Tyga's 1980s synth pop, new wave, 80s pop, Tyga, song, thriller, synth. You have to type Tyga a bunch of times to make the model realize that you want Tyga's vocals. Do not, under any circumstances, try to add a Phoenix Fletching tab that did your AI to Tyga to sing. It'll just spit out Phoenix Fletching vocals. I'm not saying the record is AI generated. All I'm saying is that I was personally able to generate a song that sounded exactly like Starface, assuming it had included a song about a critic trying to review a Tyga album. Sorry if you hear me just mucusing up a storm right now. My on top of the insomnia, allergies has been 5 feet up my anus today, and it's not feeling too good. Initially, Tyga implied that this album was 100% human-made, even down to the mixing. We used a lot of old hardware, he told people, citing the very specific examples of delays, harmonizers. Everything that we used was stuff that they used in the 80s. But then a week later, when he was asked by Vibe if he used AI on the record, he pulled an about face and said, "For sure." He defended himself by claiming that the public's negative attitude toward AI tools is similar to how people felt about early auto-tune use. There's nothing wrong with using a technology as a tool, and besides, if he got some musical elements from the record from AI that They're writing or wait, what? I'm lost in the sauce. 1 second. Sorry about that. I thought I almost got a snot rocket. Snot rocket, you guys. So sorry. I'm just all over the place. Okay, let's try that again. For sure, he defended himself by claiming that the public's negative attitude towards AI tools is similar to how people felt about early autotune use, that there's nothing wrong with using technology as a tool. And besides, even if we got some musical elements from for the record from AI, that the writing and the vocals are all me. For good measure, he added, and why are people over explaining how they make crap good? I don't mean to open your third eye and tear the veil off your face there, Tyga. But AI isn't making good music. I don't know who's gonna hit him with the cold water, but nobody's bumping Starface. Nobody. Even my little brother, who just start jumping around, getting hyped, mosh pitting to any song. He's not getting lit to this, bro. And beyond that, the fact now that he's trying to explain why he's so smart and why he's a genius and why we're not ready. He is. We're not ready for AI to take over everywhere, but he is, and he's gonna lead the pack. And one day we're gonna follow him because he's the alpha. He's on a different thinking plane. It's goofy to me. It's ridiculous. I don't know what silly juice he's puffing on, but I don't know. It's not helping him, to say the least. And to sit there and compare it to Autotune is baffling. Because Autotune doesn't write your music. Autotune doesn't make every single last drop of the song, to the beats, to the mixing, to the vocals, etc. And beyond that, you're just LARPing because you literally said a few weeks before that there was no AI, it was 100% human made. And now you're trying to soft launch the idea that you used AI. Bro, hold your horses and get a hold of yourself, because nobody's bumping AI. The only AI I will bump is Yeezy, and even then I will say that's 100% bias. But Tyga hasn't even touched the close to the pinnacle of Yeezy. Tyga's best song is "Worse Than Husband" by Ye. It's just what it is. Venus Fletcher, too, initially claimed that Rubbers was all natural before clarifying that certain AI-ish elements were used on the track, and ultimately getting exposed by on Instagram Reels. So you'll be excused for sniffing some BS and Titus backpedaling. Man, just getting stumped by Instagram Reels, that has to be a next level of sad. Instagram Reels users will be posting stuff about, their AI kitten, or their VR babe, or how they're gonna be the alpha of the pack. They're always I feel like they're the pre-evolution of us sometimes. They really only are making just straight dopamine that hits their brain, and I think a lot of them have an embarrassment kink, because that's all they make. And maybe I do too, because I embarrass myself online a lot too. But to get caught in your tracks by Instagram Reels is mad embarrassing. It's and it's like in Scooby Doo when they catch the monster and they rip his mask off, and he's like, "Oh, if it wasn't for you kids, I would have gotten away with it." It's kind of like that, but instead of being a cool villain in a funny and entertaining show, it's a dumpster fire album and AI Tyga. I couldn't think of anything worse, even in my wet nightmares. There are tales littered through the track. Powder Dreams, for one. The thing sounds a lot like Rubbers, from the mid-tempo funky bops of an instrumental to the fact that he finds Tyga singing in a faux British accent. In the chorus, he sings without any signs of human breath. No inhales or exhales at all. That's the same air of maudlin extravagance, punctuated by flashes of detail, bankrolls on the table, ice in the glass, cash in the tray, respectively. Throughout the lyrics of both tracks, it may be a coincidence, but the lyrics also reference the shoreline, which is kind of a generative music tool to spit out if you're citing Venus Fletcher, who, just to be a crystalline member of Shoreline Mafia in the prompt. And that's pretty much it. I want to see how they finish it off. Instead, Starface is smug and complacent and an amalgam of 80s synth pop and distro slapped together by someone who's seemingly never cared to listen to one synth pop or distro record in his life. Given the amount of actual effort or even labor put into Starface, which is to say about zero, the margin of that scene must be amazing. Stream it out of morbid curiosity if you must, but know that even a single listen runs the risk of making it profitable and therefore encouraging the music industry to commit such atrocities again. Man, this guy put him through the freaking ringer throughout this entire thing. He was just throwing haymaker after haymaker, and Tyga, or Starface, was just getting triple KO'd in the chin. Like, he was lost in the sauce. Big props to whoever wrote this. And let me see. Let's see what the reviews are right here. This will be a restored 10 for a match. What? Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. But yeah. And if you were really curious on what the new Starface sounds like, and I was caught off guard at first, I thought it was just Tyga. It's Tyga and Starface Life. I don't know if that's his new alter ego or whatever. I guess it is. He's like soft launching like cringiness. But dude, what I found even funnier is he only has 7.72 thousand subscribers on Starface Life. I don't know. Sorry. I don't know what losers are subscribing to him, but it's probably a bunch of those AI gurus who are for some reason on the side of this. And honestly, if you are one of those people, you deserve every swirlies coming your way. But let me just give you a piece. No. A glimpse of the masterpiece that is Starface. Give it a listen.
Salute. Sure. I'd like you to meet my wife. She's been dying to meet you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's nice.
There was more effort put into that little scene right there to have the wife walk in and them talk than there was throughout this whole album. All of it was AI slop. And honestly, I'm glad that Pitchfork stood their ground and gave it a 0.0 and started going, oh, it's a 0.8 or a 1.2, because at least he, dropped it. At least there's some audio. No, I'm glad they stood on their business and said, boo, and threw their tomatoes at Tyga or Starface, letting them know that this is garbage, and we're just simply not interested. Because this right here, it's innovating the music game. No, it's not. It's devolving the music game. It's awful. I have no interest whatsoever. If you've never heard another Tyga song, go listen to one of him. He clearly does not have this level of range, so don't be fooled by the AI. I honestly thought there would be a Cantina watermark at the end of every song, like something, Cantina. But I guess he was, rich enough. He had enough clams from Juicy to get premium there. Let's look at the comments. We owe KSI an apology. I'm just verifying the 0.0 by Pitchfork. Got no soul in it. Exactly. And
Tyga is for making an AI album.
And to finish it off, we're gonna go with somebody who definitely has had her interesting moments, but has never gone to AI, and made Tyga a lot of money with Juicy. So let's see what she has to say about this masterpiece given to us by the upcoming next Michael Jackson / Prince, if I do say so myself.
Tyga is for making an AI album.
Doja Cat telling us how she really feels about Tyga's latest project, Starface.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. It's something that I actually believe in.
Yeah, Tyga.
You believe in Tyga. You believe in AI. This isn't like some religion. At least it shouldn't be. What do you mean by you believe in it? You believe in getting paid while you sit on your lazy butt and do nothing? That's what it seems like. I don't know, man. It's just so unappealing to me. And the thing is, he could have made this whole 80s route if he wanted to. Just don't use AI. I mean, would it still be bad? Most likely, but maybe you'll get a Suikoden 2.3 for effort. You'll get, you'll get an E for effort. But no, you couldn't even muster up the courage to heavily drown your voice in auto tune and write some cheap lyrics from a ghostwriter or something. You had to go to AI.
Is all about using AI as a tool, telling Vibe that it's where tech real that what he needed, part of this writing for compressing. It's all
And nobody asked me anything about Tyga, but I just felt like saying this. Tyga is a penis for making an AI album.
I'm happy that I'm able to express myself in a different way.
I couldn't finish it better myself. I couldn't have said it better myself. So, Doja Cat took the words right out of my mouth. Tyga, you're a penis. And this album sucks. Go back to doing anything else, please. Maybe go work at like a McDonald's or something. But yeah, that's all I have for today, y'all. And hopefully the sleepy train choo choo brings me aboard after this. Peace.